Welcome to the Ohio AgNet podcast. I'm Matt Reese. I'm the editor for Ohio's Country Journal, joined by Joel Panorwood. Wow, I messed that one up, Joel, right out of the gate.
Matt, how long have we known each other here?
It's been a while. Joel Panorwood with Ohio AgNet. And today we are also joined with Evan Callicoat with the Ohio Farm Bureau. Thanks for being with us, Evan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really excited to be here this morning.
So, first pressing issues I want to get to. Last week was Groundhog Day. And I don't know what you think about Groundhog Day and how real it is or not, but both the Ohio version, which is Buckeye Chuck, and the Pennsylvania version, Punxsutawney Phil, said 6 more weeks of winter. So my question is not much about the groundhog, but my question is, what do you think about winter? Are you happy about 6 more weeks of winter, Evan? Or are you maybe a little disappointed that we got to wait for spring?
I am the type of person where if there is snow on the ground at Christmas, I am completely okay with that. After that, let's bring on spring.
Joel, what are your thoughts? You live close to Mad River Mountain. Do you like the skiing and the snow over there for longer and colder in the winter?
Oh, Mad River Mountain. I've actually only been there like twice in my life. So even though I live right down the road from it. No, I love winter, and I would take 6 more weeks of it as long as it's true winter. I don't like this half mud, half thing. Spring, though I love the planting season, not my favorite season. Let's either get winter or summer. That's it. So,
well, as far as the seasons go, summer is my least favorite. I put that at the very bottom of the list. It's hot. You're sweaty. Nobody wants a sweaty Matt Reese walking around. Right?
When you put it that way.
Put it that way.
Right. So summer's the bottom on my list, then winter. Fall's my favorite, then spring, then winter, then summer.
I do love fall.
At any rate, it looks like we're going to have some 6 more weeks of winter, according to the Groundhogs last week. So we'll see if that's true or not. Buckeye Chuck, by the way, 75% accurate in his predictions in the last 40-some years. So he does pretty well. So we'll see.
How accurate is Punxsutawney Phil?
So he's been doing it for longer, so it's not an apples-to-apples comparison. He's more like 40% accurate, but he's been doing it since the late 1800s. So it's not quite a fair comparison.
Better meteorology technology.
Last year, however, though, Punxsutawney Phil was correct and Buckeye Chuck was wrong. So we'll see what 2023 holds.
See, the data I want is how accurate they are compared to the normal meteorologists that do this every day, and I think there might be some surprising data there.
It could be an interesting comparison, but maybe for another podcast. I don't know.
Ohio AgNet Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin versus the groundhog.
Yeah. Ryan's pretty good. I think he'd probably win.
He is good.
So the real issue we want to talk about today is the beginning farmers tax credit. This has been in the works for a long time. It's been a real focal point for Ohio agriculture, and we've recently seen some pretty significant progress on that after being approved by legislators. Was that last year, Evan, that happened? What's the update with the beginning farmer tax credit?
Yeah, so we finally got it passed last year in around April. And then, as you said, this has been something that has been around for a few years now that we've been trying to get passed. It all kind of started because many of our younger members were trying to work their way into agriculture, and more experienced members were trying to look to step away from the industry and kind of trying to build a transition plan. And as we've all heard, the age of the average farmer just continues to rise. So we need to figure out a way to attract younger people into the industry. So through recommendations from our members, we worked through our policy development process, and we really got this going. And we were glad that House Bill 95 got passed last year, creating the beginning farmer tax credit program. And we hope that in the next few years, we'll see a lot of participation in the program. And then after that, look forward ways we can make it better and help more young people get involved in our industry.
Mm-hmm. There really are some interesting implications for various farms out there, and you can find out more how that's going to affect your farm and your family as we look at different generations coming onto the farm in the future. There are definitely some things to consider there for farms around the state of Ohio. In addition to that, I talked with ODA Director Brian Baldridge, newly confirmed on February 1st. And that's going to be coming up. That interview will be coming up in the podcast next. And also Raegan Felder with the Agricultural Communicators of Tomorrow. She's a junior at Ohio State and helping to plan the Night for Professionals that's going to be taking place this week. And that's a project we work with, Ohio AgNet, in conjunction with the Ohio Soybean Council and Ohio State. And it helps prepare young people for job interviews, resume prep, preparing them for entering the workforce upon graduation. So that's coming up as well. Also, Dale talked with the fine folks at GrowNextGen, talked with a couple teachers, and it is always amazing how this program is able to connect teachers and their classrooms with agriculture in Ohio. And as a couple of the teachers said in this interview, everything's connected with agriculture one way or the other. Why don't we integrate that in our classrooms? And the GrowNextGen program really facilitates that. So Dale has a great chat with a couple teachers about that program. That's all coming up next here in the podcast that's out today. It's up on ocj.com. And also you can check out the link for that in our comments. So be sure to tune in for more with Evan in that. And Joel and I'm sure, have some banter as well and that audio. But thanks for tuning in today to the Ohio AgNet podcast.